Recording.
All right, we're back, and it's finally halfway light when it's time to go to the gym where I get off work. It's a little crisp out, but it's all right. But we're going to do a quick review, a 8,000 mile review. Finally, we're over that right now. I think you've picked up on that, of our 470, our big bore stroker build. What better way to start that off than with a wheelie? That's a pretty good little wheelie to start out with. But just gonna do a quick little wheelie there. Since our last review, I've installed, and a lot of you guys have picked up on this, that a lot of the wheelies that I had done have been with the power-up method, which isn't the most efficient way of doing it, and it's really not the safest way. But so I picked up a one-finger RSC. It's just a black powder coated. I think that's what they do on them. But to get that to work with my factory mirrors, I put the back plate. I don't know if you can see it. The back plate OEM on this to make it work, because I like that stock look. This thing's definitely a sleeper. We're running our winter dirt set, our winter tire set, I guess you could say, in which it's our kind of knobby 17 dirt set. I think a lot of people that follow this channel know about that. So it's not as stable on the wheelies, and it's not as road friendly, but I can lean on this thing and I can get a lot of the good that you can out of a supermoto. I would not want to run this myself, because I run a lot of more technical street than anything else. If I want to run off-road, I'll get on my E model. Yeah, I guess if you're on a GMC Envoy, you don't have to use your turn signal or stop all the way. Anyway, back to the bike. We're doing great. We're doing 1,000 mile oil changes. The clutch up method that I've been doing is much easier, and you can really tell the difference in power between that and a stock-ish bike. And recently we did, if you're familiar with it, a 434 big bore on the knockoff FCR bike. And yeah, we're still breaking it in, so the power is, we haven't really tasted the power of it, but we can notice it. We know the difference. I say tasted, not tested, because I said what I said. So this bike, I'm not running any oil burning issues or anything. Wow. It's interesting. They don't need to use turn signals either. But this platform is really good with this. I've said it again. We've done a inspection at 4,000 miles on our rings. You can go back in my videos. I think it's been a year and a half ago now or so. And because our base gasket had failed, I had an external coolant leak at the base of the jug. Now I was with the Vertex base gasket, and I went back with an OEM. I torqued them down the same. It was like 42 foot-pounds. It's either 42 or 44 foot-pounds. So on both of them, it was just the material delaminated. Why did that happen? I don't know. I haven't had any telltale signs of that happening. Might have been just a fluke deal. I don't know. That is the only problem I've had with this engine. Gosh, it's getting a little cooler. Sun going down. I'm not really getting crazy more mileage or less mileage than stock. Obviously, it's burning a little bit more fuel, but I'm still getting 40 miles a gallon plus on that, even ripping some wheelies from time to time and really getting into, wow, that was a big log. on that trailer. I bet it was way over capacity. But what are we running here? We're running stage 2 cams. We're running, oh good grief. Let me get my little flap under here and make sure. I'm trying to clean up my audio a little bit. Stage 2 hot cams. Running a Carrillo piston, 434 big bore, the 94 millimeter, and then the plus 4 millimeter stroker crank. And obviously I think that's a Cylinder Works cylinder, and you know, we put all new bearings in it. What else did we do? What else did we do on that? Nothing. We didn't do anything internal on the gearing on this one. We did that on the E model. We did the wide ratio gears. Yes, I had 2 stroker big bores in my possession, and my friend's also is a 430 also a stroker big bore. That's the first one. That's the original build on this channel. We're running stock final drive gearing on this thing. The FCR39MX. We got a brand new one. I don't recommend anybody. I mean, if you want to experiment with it, and you can do a knockoff carburetor on these, but it's really not recommended. They're finicky. If you want to mess with it a long time, you can probably get away with it and it'll be fine. But it might not be fine. A brand new stock, a brand new FCR39MX. And obviously the proper conversion on that's a good way to go. I've not had any problems with that. I'm at about 1,100 feet elevation. I'm a skosh, and I say a skosh lean when it's a little cold at the 40 pilot jet that I'm running on this. I'm probably about dead on as far as the wide open throttle goes with the 170 main jet. I'm a little rich when it's hotter. I'm okay with that. Running clip number 3 on the what is that on the FCR needle? I think that's the red needle on these. Don't quote me on that, but it's at the proper elevation needle for this. You can hear a little pop, pop, pop. I'll probably open up this carburetor as I typically do once a year. And just give a quick blow on the pilot jet, just because they get a little sticky. I do, you know, this did set for almost a month. I got sick, and it was incredibly cold. I did not like that. That made this winter a little bit longer, which is still winter. What else? What else are we doing? I finally blew through the stock brake pads, and then I blew through a set of Galfer brake pads.
Intercom failed. Try again later.
Do a little quick wheelie for my guy. Had to give you a little one, you know. Right on, man. Way to take the corner. You got to give the Dodge guys a little bit of credit, you know. You know what they say, Mopar or no car. I always like to see that when somebody's about it. See you later, guy. But anyway, I like to do that. I like to give it a little bit of a clean occasionally, and before there's a problem, preventative maintenance, quick inspection. And I've got to partially tear things down. Like I'm going to uninstall the carburetor. Things are real tight, but I've gotten a feel for it to be able to back that sucker out. It's tight, but I can get the main jet out relatively easy. And the pilot jet, you just got to kind of work on it and get just the right angle on it. But I maintain this with this build. Oh, okay, yeah, I have an FMF power bomb on this, and I have the Two Brothers slip-on exhaust on here that I had to stretch the slip-on part to make it work, but it makes it more unique. And you know, this thing's pretty loud. But what are you gonna do? I'm happy with it. The way this is the way it should have came out from the factory. I know they can't do that because of the fun police and the EPA and all that stupid stuff. But if I was making a DRZ, this is how I'd make it to come out from factory. Little pow pow for the fam. But yeah, here's a little capability of the tires that I'm running. I can go out here without too much trouble and rip around in the grass. And that's a Shinko 805 rear and the TKC 80 front. Yeah, I'm not hurting anybody. But anyway, that's it. Nothing's changed. I'm looking forward to 10,000 later this year. Thanks for watching.